going to be having the opportunity of being the host of the Kings of Football show, brought to you by Budweiser. It's a packed house today. Everyone that has made an impact on this show all season long, well, they're here today. We have a special show package for you. Somebody's going to be leaving here with a big bag. Yeah, we're going to be finding out exactly what's in that bag. But let me start off by introducing everyone that is part of the show today. I don't even know how to go. Let me go with my regulars, then obviously the special ones, and then the most special one himself. I think I'll go that route. Ladies and gentlemen, I got Pooja in the studio today. Pooja, what's going on, my brother?
I'm good.
You seem very calm today. It's like Tottenham didn't quite live up to your expectations.
Of course, begging.
Did you say of course?
Begging other clubs to do the business for you, from Fulham to Spurs, now to West Ham.
I've been begging. Ladies and gentlemen, he's my friend. He gave me some points last week. Very generous of him. I really do appreciate. But what those points will do for me, only time will tell. He is, of course, Biola Kazeem. How you doing, my friend,
Jimmie,
my brother?
Great to be here. Great to be here. I can't wait for tomorrow.
Please, I think I can wait. My nerves, I don't even know where they are.
Tomorrow is coming.
It's coming, man. Finally, the day that never comes is coming. And of course, very, very close to him is very, 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 very good friend of mine. We speak on almost everything. We play soccer together. We are not just talking football, we're playing football, and we're also making money while doing it as well. He's a veteran of the game. He's a veteran of the industry. When he speaks, people listen. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Frank Edoho.
Yeah, when I speak, people listen, except Biola. Everybody except
You could
him.
not just hold yourself.
I can't let it go. I can't.
Frank.
I can't.
Well,
I'm sorry.
We'll get into it shortly.
No.
You're not here for Biola, you're here for the Kings of
I'm telling you, I had to throw a spanner into your introduction work.
I got other people to introduce, Frank, so let me get through
Not
the
even a
intros.
big bag will make me listen.
Oh, God. All right, so yeah, this is why we started the show late. Frank, you're welcome on the show.
Thank you very much.
It's been a
tragic
very...
season for Chelsea. Let me
Would you say tragic? It's ending kind of on a high note.
It's ending well.
Okay, let's not get into it
No,
just
no.
yet.
You mean, if your standards of well is
No, my
that
standards of
position,
well is
Europa
2 points from being
Europa.
champion of the league.
Come on.
But we'll get into your issues at the blue side of London.
Thank you.
I know, following Chelsea might cause your mental health to, be checked every now and then.
No. Chelsea fans are very well. They know how to handle,
Do they, though?
disappointment. Yes,
This is
we
very
do.
well, over time you've gotten used to it. Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
very much so.
We'll
Get back to your issues for sure.
Yeah,
But it's good
sure.
to have you on the show.
Thank you.
We recently had my next guest on the show as well, and he made such an impact that we had to bring him back for the finale. He's carving a niche for himself as the go-to guy when it comes to football analysis, not just on TV, but also on podcasts as well, on the radio. He simply goes by the very, very, very cute to some, but very, very, what's the word I'm looking for now?
Cute.
He's cute to some, don't worry.
Well,
When I say
nobody ever described you as cute before.
Quickie is cute.
Did he say quick?
Uh-oh.
Oh, did he say quick? You don't go there.
You guys, you need to be careful.
Babatunde Koiki, what's going on, my brother? What's going on?
Hey, please, they've ruined my name, so allow me to reintroduce myself.
Your
My name is
Hov.
Babatunde Koiki, aka Twisted Steel Sex Appeal. You know the real deal. One time for your mind, we hit it from
Yeah,
the helmet,
that's
shot
why
like
we
a
give you
gold
a
mine.
single
I'm the
camera.
king of the wide receivers. I'm the running back that keeps your girlfriend running back. I'm hanging out with royalty right here on the Kings of Football. Holla at your boy.
Thank God I don't have a girlfriend. Because you keep her running back.
Back to what?
Back to me. Back to me.
She better be running back to me.
Only direction.
He lost some weight too.
I know, right? He's getting
Thank
fitter.
you. Yeah, I got some tips from him. I was really thank you.
Man, you're looking
sleep
Frank,
better.
you're
I
the
walk better,
Arsene Wenger of
fitness now.
broadcasters
Yeah.
in terms of fitness.
Yeah.
As in
'Cause
Wenger.
Yeah,
That means I
you
never-
change the way people eat now.
Okay.
Yeah, and watch their weights and
Please
everything.
don't use any Arsenal thing to
Wow.
describe me, please.
That's hate.
If anything Arsenal for you this season
Even
would, be,
use
would be a plus to you.
This season.
Anything Arsenal.
Well,
be a
second
plus to
is
you.
not a plus.
Well, fifth or sixth is not either.
Ouch, that hurts.
But before I introduce him, let me just remind you guys of what we did last week. Last week we had our predict and win for fans to guess who will be our fan host. Obviously, what we did tell you last week was that we're going to be having one of our X-Space users join us in studio so that they can be in-studio pundits and not just on X-Space, not using just their Twitter fingers, as it were. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, you could have guessed it. He's very engaging on the Twitter space. He's always there. He's already even there now. If you check the Twitter space, and he's still in studio. Ladies and gentlemen, Nigerian Scouser is in the studio.
He's one of our own. He's one of our own. Niger Scouser. He's one of our own.
Thank you guys.
Put me on your places, just so you know.
Whose own, please?
Everything.
Which
Everything. they
Please
say.
don't let people
he's
that
a Liverpool
people
fan,
that
so-
we are inviting as guests lead you astray.
No.
If you want to
it's-
focus on behavior, focus on someone like
If they
Pooja.
apply,
It is what it is,
if they,
man. He's
if
one
they
of
apply
our
this
own.
effort they use in singing to play
Wow,
football, they would have won the league.
Look
Frank,
who's talking, though. Person goes to play in
Frank,
conference
this is not
league,
about you, Frank. This
I'm
is
not a great club. I'm an underdog. So hey, if I lose, hey, we'll be like, hey,
Frank is
yeah.
bearing,
Underdog.
he's bearing all his fangs today.
Well, definitely.
Nigerian Scouser, what's your real name?
Uche.
Uche.
Yeah.
All right, Uche, you're welcome to the Kings of
Hey, he's got
Football
a
show.
nice voice.
He
Say that name again.
Uche.
Okay.
I sing too, so.
There you go. So
Frank, you can always tell when-
Uche. So
He
you
used a
you
deep
do
voice.
like octaves and.
So let
all
me
that.
start with him then. If we were to just a quick overview from you, how would you say your season has been as a Liverpool fan?
So my season transitioned quickly from hopeful to complete hate watch. I gave up since maybe January.
Wow.
But for banter reasons, I didn't make this known to other people, obviously. But I knew we weren't going since Klopp made the announcement. Like that was my take.
that was the
I
problem.
was like, that's where it ended.
That
for us.
was the
Yeah.
problem.
Because I've not. Okay, like you said, we said late for some reasons, and the coach debate was going on. I personally don't see Klopp as tactically great as a manager. That's just me.
And that's your coach.
Yeah, that's my coach.
Wow.
So one thing that stands out for him is his man management and his motivation. So for somebody that I see like that to announce he's leaving, and then I could clearly see the energy was out of him, I knew we're done for because
Can't
if he
transmit
isn't
that energy.
motivating,
You can't
yeah,
transmit that energy.
the
So-
rest of the team won't do.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
no longer
you
one of
can.
our own.
Why?
No,
Why?
he's not.
Why?
I mean, he's just dissing the bona fide.
He didn't. He didn't diss him.
This
That's
is
our
a
No,
opinion.
no.
Spitting
Well, so
facts.
I think the low hanging fruit and the easy, the easy, do I say, way to pretty much blame Liverpool season and say Klopp's announcement. That's not true.
But history is clear about that.
That's
Well,
not true.
uh,
I'm just saying
why
this
did-
for a very simple reason that everybody keeps to forget that Liverpool rebuilt an entire midfield this summer. It was always going to take this team.
But it was working.
But
This
everything
team-
was
for a period
going
of
well
time.
This
till
team,
that
this
announcement.
this team overachieved, in my opinion. I didn't expect them to be
Uh,
competing for it.
Babatunde, can I ask you a question?
Okay, go ahead.
If you're saying what you're saying, but we all acknowledge the same thing. The one thing we're all acknowledging is the fact that Liverpool were performing above their strength at the beginning of the season. They were not even seen as title contenders at the start of the season, but they kept on creeping up on Manchester City and Arsenal. The look was even Tottenham that went, I think, unbeaten at the beginning of the season. Then they started dropping off. Liverpool was always there within third or fourth.
At a point, they were leading the league.
Yeah, and then they took the lead.
Yeah.
When they took the lead,
Comfortably as well.
that was the point where Klopp now went ahead to say, I am going to leave this club at the end of the season. Now, if you can tell me that from that point of beginning of the season, your newly built midfield was working, at least it got you there or thereabouts. Then all of a sudden, that new midfield that you just built, you now tell them, oh, by the way, I'm not going to be here to oversee your future. I just brought you here to come and do whatever. What do you think they're going to do?
It's not convenient, Babatunde. And I'll tell
You
you the
bring in
simple
new
reason
players
why.
and you say you're going to leave.
It's happened
What
before.
confidence you give me that I
You should
have
have
a future
announced
here?
it. You should
Sir
have
Alex-
announced it today.
Sir Alex
Exactly.
Ferguson's
Not
Sir Alex Ferguson's first retirement announcement, I remember,
Yeah.
was during this season as well. The moment he made the announcement, pop,
was it
form fell. Oh yeah,
There was a
and then
dip.
he announced later to say he was going to stay again.
okay.
Oh yeah, and then United won 3 titles on the bounce.
If you even look
Because-
at Arsene Wenger as well, even the season where Arsene Wenger left Arsenal, it was mounted all over the internet, all over the news blogs, everywhere that he's going to leave. But he never came out to say it until the final day when he came out and said, yes, I want to say goodbye to you. I will miss you. goodbye.
Even Manuel Pellegrini at Manchester City. I remember
Didn't acknowledge
when it
that.
was said that was going to leave in January. If you remember, City finished 4th, equal on points to the United that had a terrible season. Because from that January, form just carried out of. The reality of the matter is that, like you rightly said, there's an emotional balance between managers and players.
Yes.
And it's a power play.
Exactly.
You are afraid of the manager because he's here.
Would we
and
ever
your
have
life
seen
is in his
Salah,
hand.
Salah having an outburst with him
Exactly.
on the line?
But
If
Salah
he
knew
wasn't
he's not going to
knowing
be here
that
next year,
you
so
are
you can
going
tell him he
away,
can go to hell if he wants to.
you can bugger
In
off.
other words, they're saying, hey, you know what? Why am I playing for you when there's
like,
another manager coming?
Come in, do you know what I mean?
Hey.
BT, you can even go
I still
deeper
think
with
it's
a
a
different
convenient
analysis.
excuse.
It's not a
You can't
convenient
knock
excuse.
To
that.
buttress that,
It is not.
Yes.
it also applies at the other end of the spectrum
Right.
when the players don't like a coach.
Right.
Like Andre Villas-Boas was telling Anelka to go and train with under.
Yeah.
Was doing
telling
all
Terry
kind of
to go
things.
to economy.
Immediately, they sacked him. They
picked
won.
up.
They won the Champions League,
Yep.
first ever Champions League
With the same
with
players.
Roberto
Di Matteo.
Yeah, many examples.
Yes.
At Manchester United, when Mourinho had all those issues with the players, United were not able to win. They fired him. The moment Ole came, United won 9 on the bounce. Same
Exactly,
players.
exactly.
This emotional
So, yeah,
dynamic
yes,
matters
it
a
is.
lot
It matters.
in football. It matters a
Emotional
lot.
dynamic, definitely. And that will lead me to what has become our topic for the day. The greatness of Pep Guardiola as, if not the greatest manager ever, but at least within the recent era of the Premier League. I don't want to go into the argument of Sir Alex Ferguson or Arsene Wenger or how they changed the game, but just on victories alone, in recent times, you have to consider him as a GOAT candidate, if not the GOAT. So I say this to ask the question, if Pep Guardiola were to coach Sheffield United, where would they finish, and would he still be seen as the greatest coach ever? I want to start with you.
I admire Pep a lot for one reason, and I started off not liking him for the whole he just picks big teams. It's very convenient. I had that mentality at the start, but then I'm like, he knows what works for him, and he goes after it. I don't think anybody can put him down for that. I don't think we can say for that reason he isn't as great as he
Would
should
he be able to do it at Sheffield United is the question.
No, I don't think anybody will be able to do that.
This Sheffield.
This Sheffield, right? That's possible.
BT, let me ask you this. Do you agree or you don't?
So I see Pep Guardiola like the same way I see like a Gordon Ramsay or a Michelin 5-star chef. They only work with the very best equipment, best knives, best kitchen utensils, best quality ingredients to make the best quality meals, and that's what he does. He pretty much works at the best clubs with the best players in order to do what it needs to be done, which is to win trophies. The kind of players that you probably have at the Sheffield United will not give him the kind of quality that he wants. The inverted wingers, the highfalutin tactical genius that he likes to employ. I don't think they can bring it. So they will be relegated. They will play decent football,
Wow.
but they will still go down.
This is a shock to me that
Look,
you
you
don't
can't-
you don't give his
Are you saying
football.
Gordon Ramsay
You
can
can't-
cook in a normal kitchen and the food still tastes good?
If the ingredients are bad, it'll be decent, but not. Look, you can't take oxen that has trekked from Sokoto to Lagos compared with prime Wagyu beef. There's a difference.
I don't know how I feel.
It'll still taste. You
Okay,
can
I get
tell.
your point. I get your point.
There you
Yeah,
go.
but that analogy works. But this is football, though, and we already understand the depths of how much. It's not just about the player every time. An average player can be made to play beyond himself.
Yeah, but an average player playing against top players in a top flight.
Yeah, but
is
I also think that as you progress as a manager, the minimum criteria that you have for players starts to rise. Right? I think that if Guardiola was manager of Sheffield, for instance, they probably will have a worse season for a very simple reason. He gets very irritated at players that are
you
not
expect
top.
too much from them.
Guardiola gets irritated at players that are not top quality. He doesn't, He's not emotionally
Then he
invested in them.
replaces you.
He replaces. Guardiola buys players for £60 million. During the season, they stop playing. You buy another one for £100 million. Jack Grealish has already been replaced. So if you have players at that quality and they are not good enough for you,
This was
you're gonna be dealing with Matt Bonney and all those clowns.
But I
So
get,
what
I
I'm
get your
saying is that
point.
first 10 games
Yes.
is going to realize very quickly that this guy's talent cannot get anywhere near what I demand, and is going to pack it in because that's just not his thing.
I hear what you're saying, and I feel like that's very easy to stay on the surface on that because it's clear that no, the players are bad, the players are terrible, they are bad.
Guardiola is one of the harshest judges of players.
I understand that.
Who do you deem the best,
you're
the best player
putting him in a
in
mindset
the
of
Sheffield team?
It's Oli McBurney.
it's so
He's only
insane.
who?
Oli McBurney.
And to be honest with you, it could even be some academy players that are doing even better than that are not being given an opportunity.
How many academy players?
But what I am
Cole
saying,
Palmer.
Cole Palmer
Cole Palmer
kind of-
was not good enough for Guardiola. Jimmie, the point, we are not talking about tactics here.
yeah,
We are saying that when you assess the quality of players you're about to work with, and you realize that, okay, these guys are not like the best footballers I've found. What is your reaction? Some managers, like a Wenger, for instance, will say, okay, man, Wenger is the guy that brought Chamak. Wenger, there are managers who see the best in bad players. Guardiola sees even the worst in some of the best players. So I'm saying that when he assesses all of these guys, and he feels like, man, these guys don't know how to play football. He will not go into himself to now say, let me save them.
I think the best example would be a Rafa Benitez. Look at Rafa Benitez too. He did well at Liverpool, did well at Chelsea,
Did well at Valencia.
But when he got to clubs of, do I say, not the same kind of caliber, Newcastle United couldn't hack it. Liverpool, Napoli too at a certain point in time couldn't hack it.
But you know the difference.
Celta Vigo,
You know the
he was
difference.
fired.
You know the difference. He will try.
He would try.
We are saying that when Guardiola buys a player and the player is not of a high quality, do you see what he did to Cancelo?
Oh, yeah.
He did what he did Danilo.
There was nothing
You know
wrong with
what's done
Cancelo.
for-
He just farmed him out.
Like,
I realize
Just farmed him out.
I realize that.
even our own Iheanacho,
boys.
even Iheanacho.
Biola, I do realize that no matter
But it's worked for him. It's one trophy.
No, that's the point we're
That's-
making.
that's
That
the
when you are now
no matter-
confronted with this set of players,
Exactly.
The question
your
is,
reaction.
Yeah.
would he get relegated with this same Sheffield United?
How many games?
I
How
say
many games?
38
The
games.
full season.
The full season won't get relegated.
come on, that's
That
fine.
guy, he won't get relegated.
Omar
I thought you
Lole-
were talking about
Omar Lole
they're in
Liverpool.
relegation zone.
Then
Then
you
he
come and
comes
save them.
like a
No.
knight in shining
He has a
armor.
full
Let me tell
preseason.
you, he
Guys,
will
he
not
has
get
a full
relegated.
preseason
That's
with
what we're
this
talking
team,
about from
right?
beginning to
He
end.
takes them
No,
to whether Dubai
the
or
same
whatever.
players who-
Works on their
The
mindset.
same
Works on everything.
players,
Brings them
they
to
cannot buy any. They cannot
Bro,
spend
I'm
more
giving
than
you
that
the
what he
budget.
scenario.
sells.
Since
They will
you-
spend
Let me give
their
you the
budget.
perfect
Yeah.
context because it was a broad spectrum question.
Okay.
The context is this: from the beginning, this season has ended now.
Take them over.
Johan Klopp has said he's leaving Liverpool. So Sheffield United have said we are sacking our manager. He has left Manchester City. Trophy, yeah. He does press conference. I'm joining Sheffield United. Right?
With Oli McBurney and co.
Yes. Now, yeah. Now, understand one thing. There's a lot that comes with you being the greatest manager of all time. People will come to play for you for free. Things will change because of you.
Sheffield.
Trust me.
I can't
Nobody
think
will
of
come.
anybody who has ever said
Nobody.
this before
Excuse
Guardiola.
me. Do you realize that because he goes there, they will have more sponsorship opportunities? And if
What,
Sheffield
players?
Have you ever heard of any player who said,
Players.
I wanted to play for Guardiola?
The kind
You
of
say
players
what?
we are speaking of,
Any
they have
player
to
who
be
said, I
paid.
wanted to play for Guardiola.
guys, come on now.
Modric
This
said-
is beginning to sound like Guardiola
I
hating.
wanted to play for Mourinho. I
This
wanted
is
to play
beginning
for
to
Wenger,
sound like
but
we
I've
just
never
have a
heard
thing
that.
against
No,
Guardiola.
no,
Because
anybody-
we're attacking his person.
Anytime somebody
No,
tries
because
to
we have-
objectively
hold
analyze
on.
Guardiola,
Hold on a
you start to
second.
hear words like Guardiola. Let's just
No,
stay
hold on a
quiet.
second. I'm
Give
giving you
those
the
words.
facts.
It's fact.
If you sell Luton,
Yes.
Luton will stay up with Pep.
No,
Pep.
football is
What are
not
we
like
talking
that.
about?
Sheffield is the worst EPL team ever.
But guys,
They are beyond redemption.
hold on a second.
Even
Hold on a
Jesus Christ
second.
can't
But
save
they
them.
came
You're
to the
taking this so
a year
literal.
ago, they
It
came
is
to
quite.
the Premier
No, no,
League.
no,
I
no,
think
that-
the
How did they
They
question,
got
no, no,
relegated.
it has been
the
confirmed.
question itself is
It has been
hypothetical.
confirmed.
right?
Oh my
100%
God.
The question itself is hypothetical. So if we are trying to look at it, we should also look at it hypothetically.
Yes.
We
Exactly.
shouldn't. I
Don't
don't
say
think
it's right
Guardiola.
of
I don't think his
you.
temperaments will come into play at all.
Because he had agreed
obviously we know Guardiola will
step
never
down
coach
and
Sheffield.
now know that, oh,
but
look, I have
whatever
to
reason
change.
that makes him go to Sheffield, he means he's prepared
He has some
mentally
points to
to
prove.
do something
He will
there.
be frustrated like Conte at Spurs.
No,
Then
this
you
is
won't
an
go there at all.
not an
That's the
objective
sports.
statement you're making.
no,
Don't bring that
How are
Van
you
Jet
the
team.
soothsayer that
But
knows that
Van
he will
Jet team.
be
The point is making
frustrated?
this. When Conte
Well,
went
we
to
cannot
Spurs,
speak on his person or in terms of his
No,
temperament. We
I'm
can
telling
speak
you,
on
these
the facts on the
temperaments matter.
ground.
Then
If
he
it
would
matters,
never
How do
go
we
in the
know
first
this?
place.
We have
No
not
matter
even
the
been in the
condition.
same room
He
with
won't go in
him.
the first place.
He came to
Wow.
Chelsea.
Anything that will make him go there,
Abramovich
he's
told him,
ready for
"Come."
the job.
Before he went to Man City, Abramovich just said, come and
Oh
check
my
out Chelsea.
days.
Do you think you can manage? As he was on his way out, he said, you know what, for this team to be good, you have to change
Right.
all the players. And he left.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
on
So
record.
obviously this
So,
topic
it
is
shows
getting
you.
out of hand.
no, this topic was never going to be conclusive.
No, it's fair
should
enough.
have known
It's
from
fair
the
enough. But
onset.
I see the difference in opinion is created by the perspectives we've taken in terms of how we perceive the question. Right? It was a very hypothetical question that is not necessarily putting into factor.
Should have
his-
even been a question since you
his-
brought Kazeem into the thing.
his personality.
Again, what do I have to do with this?
Kazeem doesn't like the subject.
How?
Doesn't like the subject.
I have
He's-
engaged with
he's
this
noisy
topic
neighbor.
objectively.
Hypothetically,
So
Frank has,
let's-
yes.
Objectively.
How? What have I said that's not objective?
It's not objective.
What
We
have
are
I said
talking
that's personal?
about a man's emotions
And his person.
and his
over
temperament.
I am
his
saying
tactical
that
intelligence for the game that we
Thank
see.
you.
I'm saying that when you
I
take
can't
over,
speak on Arteta's
when you take over
temperament
teams,
because I don't know him.
when you take over teams with low quality players,
Right.
right? Some managers, Pooja made a very good example. Conte, winner. He came to Tottenham. The whole idea was that he should make Tottenham, in quotes, a winning team, right? Eventually, he had a meltdown.
He fought with everybody.
He had a
Excuse me,
meltdown.
Conte-
every
Conte
coach after
usually has
that-
a meltdown.
You are not
No,
saying
no,
my
I'm
point.
not-
It's not a criticism.
Yeah. But Jimmie said
the
for him to accept the Sheffield
No.
job, that means he's
no,
ready.
That's the point
to take
Pooja is
measures.
making.
No, the
that
clear-
managers take this job
The clear example
thinking
now.
that
The clear example now.
Let
is,
me,
the clear example now is Spurs. The Spurs manager now, when they got the job, when they sold Kane, he was saying all sort of good things about Spurs. Now he's having a meltdown, saying the team doesn't have a mentality in and
fragile.
out. They are fragile.
But guys,
But
do you
before-
realize that he's not the only manager that has said that? The greats that
But
we've
when he
spoken
got
of,
the job,
Mourinho,
but see, but
Conte,
he knew-
all of the coaches that have been there, even Pochettino to
all
a
of
point
them
will tell you the
also
truth.
of them also took the job, thinking that they could mold the players and the club to their own image. Eventually, you will find out that you are going to be swallowed because there's prevailing mediocrity. The players, there are 22 mediocre people, one good coach.
You know, pass like that.
Fair enough.
What I know is that you're basically asking someone like the Formula One driver Lewis Hamilton to take an average beat up not to win the Formula One race,
Yeah.
but
Do you know what,
be
guys?
competitive.
I hear what
or you're
I hear
telling
what
a
BT is saying as
donkey
well.
to compete with
Because
thoroughbred
he's such a great
racehorses
driver.
I
I think
hear
that's
what
the
you're
best
saying.
analogy.
and just
To say that because a guy drives a Ferrari very fast,
Yes,
he's going to take
it's
a
all
Corolla
about, it's all
and still be.
look, no
I
matter
hear
how good
your
the driver
point,
is,
guys.
if the vehicle.
This conversation
Look,
literally.
this guy's
can go
considered
on.
100 goals. You know how bad you have to be to consider 100 goals?
Biola, let me point something.
And it's
out
not
to you.
cricket, though.
They had no manager bounce.
We are shallow. We are.
In the history of football, they had no manager bounce.
No new manager.
They had a new manager, there was no manager.
No, nothing was bouncing for them.
Listen to this. All right, here's the super sub question for those of us on X. There's 50K on the line. The last time we're going to be doing this season. Wow, we're so far into time, man. I'm so sorry, guys. The juice is just flowing. The question is, when did Michael Essien join Chelsea FC from Lyon? A, 19th of August 2005. B, 16th of June 2007. Or C, 14th of August 2006. Yes, please make sure all the entries have the hashtag Budweiser Kings of Football Show, hashtag KOF Super Sub question, and winner will be chosen at random. 50,000 naira for one winner. Let's go through our own awards for the season. Up for grabs are, of course, Player of the Season, Manager of the Season, Match of the Season, and, of course, Team of the Season. Frank, let's start with you.
Yes.
Player of the Season in as short a time as possible. Why?
Palmer. Without that guy, I think we wouldn't have reached that position. So
clearly.
for me,
So
it
for
is
Chelsea, you're saying the
No,
Chelsea
for
Player of the
the-
Season or the Premier League?
the Premier League, because I mean, how can you have such a wonderful player in the midst of rubble? And the guy just shines. He's focused. He
So
has
the
tunnel
absence of
vision.
quality players makes him outstanding.
Yeah. But other players that you like, I mean, they have
quality
players
players
with
that
sterling
help, that
qualities.
aid their quality.
That's it. So
that
I
results
think
in
for
victories.
me, Cole Palmer.
It's a fair assessment.
Yes.
Biola, your Player of the Season?
Between Ollie Watkins and William Saliba, I'll tilt William Saliba.
In fewer words, why?
He's 23 years old.
Yep.
He's clearly the best defender in the league.
Yep.
Encompasses so much for a young defender.
Yep.
One-on-one, I've never seen him beaten.
Right.
Extremely fast, passes the
Right.
ball intelligently.
Right.
It just reminds me of Rio Ferdinand. It reminds me of a long line of Nesta, Alessandro Nesta, a long line of defenders that we've not seen their type in a long time. And I think that if you take him out of this Arsenal team, there's no way they'll have that defensive solidity on which this title challenge has been built.
Pooja, who's your Player of the Season?
I think I will go for Haaland.
Haaland.
Yeah. I think he has set a standard that scoring 27 goals looks like a flop. And if you look at the entirety of the
That's a fair point.
the top 6 European leagues, how many strikers? look at what.
Top 27 goals.
So look at what Real Madrid they are praising themselves for 20 goals, 19 goals. But this guy, through injuries, it means like over 3 months out of this season, and he has scored 27 goals.
BT, who's your player of the season?
I have to agree with Biola. William Saliba was absolutely outstanding.
Exceptional.
I played defensive midfield and centre back, so I can
I
understand.
play centre back too, so we know this thing.
You understand, so you know exactly what it takes. Everybody talks about
You
goal
would know that
scorers.
Saliba watched me, but continue.
Everybody knows
wow.
that. Everybody talks about goal scorers, but the art of stopping a goal
In
scorer
30 seconds, please.
is supreme itself. I think Saliba
So elegant.
really
It's
was
okay
my
now.
player. of
It's
the
okay
season.
to talk Saliba, but stop bringing it to yourselves. Like, what does that mean? You're comparing yourselves in the same
Failed
sentence
footballer.
as Saliba. Like, what are we talking about here? Player of the season, I'm sorry. I'm comparing.
William-
No,
William
I'm not
Saliba,
saying where the
William
insight
Saliba.
came from. The
Biola
things that
and
we see that
Babatunde,
you don't
William
see.
Saliba.
Omo
William
Yobani,
Saliba.
stop this rough play. All right, talk to me, Uche.
Salah.
Okay, he's a scouser.
No,
That's a
the
scouser.
more seriously, I would say
Come out of
Foden.
the theater of dreams.
No, Foden, Phil Foden.
Okay.
Watkins and Kopama, like really close shouts. But I feel like we can't. They are just unfortunate to have had this wonderful season in the same season where City wins the league, and I don't know why
Foden's
people didn't.
breakout season.
Yeah, Rodri, yes, Haaland, yes, but Foden carried this club at a point where KDB was absent. I don't know if anybody remember.
Without
yeah.
Foden, Man City's
And
not
Haaland,
winning the
was
league.
carrying-
Haaland
yeah.
was absent for a while.
He
too.
was carrying them in the league, in Champions League. He was on
Scoring,
that level for a
creating.
period. This is his
Yeah.
best performing season as well. So
Yeah. Phil
the
Foden
fact that they
for-
won the
Yeah.
league is just what gives him the edge.
Stop placating me with these words. All right, so guys, in one word, because we're running out of time, I
Okay.
just want everyone to give me your
One
manager of the season.
Manager of the season, Pep Guardiola.
Pep Guardiola,
Unai Emery.
Unai Emery,
Emery.
Unai Emery,
Emery.
Unai Emery,
Arteta.
Arteta,
Arteta.
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 Santoveso.
Arteta. All right, going on to match of the season. Let me give you time to think about it and go straight to team of the season.
Okay.
Think about the match of the season while everyone else is answering that. But what team would you say has been your team of the season?
Oh, that's difficult, but I think I'll go with Unai Emery's team.
Oh, Aston Villa.
Yeah, I
Okay.
would go with I
So,
would
for
go with
surprise
that.
reasons. Okay. For you,
Aston Villa, Bournemouth, but Aston Villa. I'll settle
Aston
Aston
Villa.
Villa. Champions League.
is it
with that
close
team.
between Aston Villa and Bournemouth?
I'm probably thinking about Aston Villa. Champions
Yeah,
League.
them miles.
Aston
Champions League
Yeah.
for Aston Villa.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's like
Yeah,
Bologna
it's a
getting
huge-
to Champions League.
yeah.
It's a big deal. Pooja,
Aston Villa as well.
Aston Villa as well.
Yeah.
Arsenal. Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Okay, one word. Obvious reasons. For you?
Arsenal as well.
Yay. Then I'm obliged to say Arsenal as well.
Let's get some joy.
Yeah.
Get some compensation.
Way to bust my bubble real quick. And now you've had time to think about a match of the season.
Oh, match of the season. I think that
Chelsea, Manchester United. I would.
No, Man City.
Really? You
Tottenham.
came back to win that game?
Man City Tottenham.
First leg or second leg?
Second leg. That's the
Really?
match. Yes, now that's the match that calmed, Man City down.
Is
to
Bad
prepare
Bele
for
talking
the-
or just...
No, it's not. But well, I don't have any stake there now. Remember, I'm
No
below.
problem. It's one word answer. Thank you.
For me, I think Chelsea City. I think that game ended 4-4.
4-3.
4-3.
Chelsea
yeah.
won.
Chelsea won. Yeah, 4-3.
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Which is why I thought you'd go for that because
No,
he had
no.
everything goals,
Let me tell you,
comeback,
Chelsea will
comeback.
win Man City 4-3. Then Luton Town will whip them next week. So
You're right.
I'm
You're a realistic man. You don't
not
dream. You
easily
don't dream too
flattered.
much, right? Match of the season.
Man City Sports.
Because
Because,
the match your team lost.
No,
Can I revise? Can I revise, please?
Go ahead.
Aston Villa, Arsenal, Emirates.
That's where the season was lost.
Mm.
That's where the title was lost.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, that was the game
That was the game.
that sealed Champions League for
For
Villa.
Aston Villa. Yeah. True that.
Oh,
You can say that it's opinion based. BT,
Still that Chelsea City game 4-3.
Chelsea City 4-3. Abi?
7
you?
goal 3.
We'll see Arsenal Spurs, the first leg, 2-2.
What about that one that Liverpool came back in the 90?
97
In the 100 and something
Yeah.
minutes.
That was against Bournemouth. No, against Nottingham.
Yeah.
Against Nottingham.
There were a lot of big games, to be honest.
Yeah. That was dramatic. I don't know about
Yeah,
big,
yeah,
but it was very
yeah.
dramatic.
For me, I would say the match that definitely had all the fireworks would be the game at the Emirates between Arsenal and Man
exactly.
City.
I knew
Arsenal
Arsenal would
and
be
Man
involved.
City.
It's okay.
I'm not because it's Arsenal. I'm just saying if these two teams push themselves to the title,
exactly.
the games between them must have been
Yeah.
a chess match
Yeah.
for both
The
managers.
second leg was a chess match.
Exactly. The
Arteta
first
just-
one was more of Arsenal having to make a statement,
A statement.
that no, you're not going to push us over again.
But the second one was the game Arteta impressed me the most. He got a lot of flack, but that was the I knew that he has become
He
a
had grown.
manager.
He had grown. Having said that, let me say thank you to my guests in the studio, starting with, of course, our X-Space representative.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I think when I came in, that was the first thing I said. When I got I saw the board's tweets for the whole contest, and I was like, I commented with this GIF saying I would be on that page throughout. I would answer the question, but when he finally dropped, I was at work. I didn't know. Like, I was like 30 something minutes late, so I was like, it's gone. But let me just try. I mean, it might still be me. So when the DM dropped, I thought it was like a tweet notification. So I was looking for the tweet on Board's page. Congratulations, Board. Who are they telling you to? I didn't see it. And I'm like, what's going on? I saw it in my DM. I was at work at that time and I screamed.
Wow.
People were like, what happened? And then I stepped out. I didn't cry per se, but my eyes got teary. Because,
I mean, go ahead.
I've been a fan for a long time.
Oh yeah, clearly.
Since when it has been
He's
on
on
TV,
every show. Every show.
He's
he's on
on
every show.
space. So like, I really wanted to be here.
Nice.
So I'm really happy to have met a lot of people here
Nice,
in person.
nice.
Pooja, Biola Kazeem,
Nice,
Frank,
nice.
my fellow Scouser.
Oh yeah.
Finally, Jimmie as well.
What you said finally?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
God.
I always thought when I would get to see Jimmie, I would take shots as Arsenal, but I disappointed myself, kind of.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't really do well enough.
There's nothing. There's nothing to take.
There's
They
no
finished
shots.
me.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
But yeah, it's a pleasure having you in the studio. Hopefully you keep listening, and of course,
Definitely.
we will support you in whatever it is that we can in terms of whatever you decide to do within your X space. We like what you continue to do by supporting us.
I don't know if I'm allowed to mention.
mention what.
Last weekend in June, next month, I'm going to be starting a podcast.
Oh really?
Oh, yeah,
By
you should.
myself.
Tell me,
Yeah.
what's the name? What's
I haven't come up with the name yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was Scoutcast
What's it gonna
has
be
been
about?
on my head, but it's going to be about.
Scoutcast.
It's going to be a sports podcast. It's going to start with football first, but
Is it
then.
going to be from the perspective of Liverpool?
Oh no, that's why Scoutcast has not become the name yet. It's going to be general based.
Thank you so much for being on the show. BT, you did your intro. Let me let you do your outro.
You
Man,
already know.
I'm looking forward to this.
I'm just chilling, just
Right.
hanging out with kings.
Oh.
That's how you do.
Yeah.
I got royalty,
That's
loyalty, my DNA. So thank you very much.
Wow.
Very short and
And when is the album coming out?
And is it rap or spoken word?
It's gotta be rap. It's rap. It's hip hop, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
thankfully, we'll still have a home here for you if those two things fail, whether rap or spoken word.
Thank you. Thank you. I
Whoa.
appreciate that.
Whoa.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
As they most likely will.
You have my back, so thank you. Thank you.
I don't know where these words come from, but I just spit them
Yeah.
out. Pooja, I have no words for you, but you can speak for yourself.
Good to be, back to back. Came back from AFCON and it has been on a roll, coming to the studio. And then the season has been fantastic as well, Been a great show and good to be on the show.
Biola, how's the season been for you?
Fantastic. And I mean, being on the show has also helped me enjoy, the season a lot more because you're watching the games and you're already
Exactly.
thinking about, what shots you are going to take or what shots you are going to receive.
Exactly.
Because if there's any definition of
never
give and
fail.
take, it's this show. If
We
you think
never
you always
fail.
don't
We
give
never
me,
fail.
one day you take. There was a day somebody brought rice here just to make a point. It's that kind of show.
Oh, wow.
It's that kind of show.
Declan was cooking. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, he shall never be least because he's a man that I have so much respect for. Frank
Yeah.
Edoho. The season for you?
I expected Chelsea not to really perform this season because of the fact that they didn't have these old players to bequeath and bequester the Chelsea tradition of playing. And another monumental mistake was handing Reece James the captain's handband when you have a monumental icon like Thiago Silva there. Who would have handed down that experience? But, Chelsea finishing above Manchester United.
Yeah. And possibly even Tottenham.
You can look further down.
I mean, it's a miracle. It's a miracle.
Very
Thank
well.
you guys for inviting me here. I'm getting used to this. Don't allow me get used to this.
Yeah, because
And
the more
crash-
comfortable you
and
get,
crash your
the more
podcast.
difficult it is for us to keep you calm. Because I came in here and it was war today.
No. Me and Biola, we always go
I
like
love
that.
it.
Back
I
and
love
forth,
it.
back
I
and
love
forth.
it. I think you guys set the pace for what kind of show we're gonna have from the
Yes.
onset.
Then I handed
So
the
we'll
ba-
send new invoices.
I handed the baton over to you.
Yeah, I went crazy
You
with
took
that.
it,
I don't
you
even.
brought it on camera.
So we'll send new invoices, right?
You mean? Who?
For
No, my
us.
producer is here.
Yeah,
Guys,
for
so
extra
thank you so
services.
much for
Please,
being on the
thank you.
show.
Thank you so
I do
much.
appreciate you guys. That was supposed to be a very quick outro. I don't know what you were talking about now. Your time is up. Please put their mics off. Only my mic. But having said that, thank you guys so much. You know what they always say, a host is only as good as his co-host, and for me, you guys are not guests, you're my co-host. We do this together, and you bring the flavor every time, making it easier for me to do what I do. But the primary reason why we are here is because of the King of Beers, Budweiser. They are constantly always supporting us, giving us the ability and, of course, the manpower to be able to bring this show to you week in, week out. They are, of course, the King of Beers for a reason, and they are the official beer of the English Premier League. And once more, I want to remind you again, the world is yours to take. So go out there and take it. Have fun. Bye for now.